Good evening, friends. My name is Pranjali Dige from the platform of PMC Africa. Today's topic is Soul's Journey, Part 1. For the session, we have amazing master with us, Preeti Prasad ma'am from Phoenix, Arizona. She is working as software engineer. She loved to read modern spiritual books and teach meditation to everyone. She has read autobiography of several spiritual masters that has helped her to walk on the path of spirituality. So, a very warm welcome to you, ma'am, on our platform of PMC Africa. Please take over.
Thank you, Pranjali ji, for introducing me and having me here today. I welcome all the masters who have chosen to come here and learn about the journey of souls, who we are. We have been talking about meditation, and the benefit is so much immense. The practice of meditation, the outcome is so much that we can understand this world better in terms of energies, in terms of souls, who we are. If I ask a question right now, that how do we perceive soul? To me, when I was not into spirituality, soul was only known when we die, we are no more body. I see a soul as a ghost. So there was no real understanding of soul and who we are, what Krishna is talking about in Gita. So there's so much depth of it. Once we touch that, we understand life better. So to know we are beyond this body, not just this flesh, bones, muscles, blood, skin. Beyond that, what we are the immense energy beings. We contain energy in this physical body. We encompass the soul inside our body, and that is who seeks all these experiences from all our lives. When we see the richness of our own self, it is so much that cannot be attained in one single life. We have been building upon something, and that something is our soul that takes this body to incarnate on this planet to learn different lessons. And once we meditate, we are able to quieten our mind so much that we can understand, perceive, learn about our bigger, higher self, who we are. So let us begin with the simple practice of Anapanasati meditation, or if I say a breath mindfulness meditation. And for that, we are just going to be with ourselves, sitting crossed legs on the floor, on the sofa or a couch. We can just cross over the ankles, all 10 fingers into fingers, and hands in our lap, clasped together, loosening our body, and gently close our eyes. Let us all be together. So take one slow, long, deep breath in and out, and become aware of this present moment. Another slow, long, deep breath in. To commit, to allow, to learn, to understand, to listen the deeper meaning of our own existence. I am ready to be ready. Another deep breath. Become aware of your room, how comfortable we are in our own space. Become aware of your body, of your breath, surrendering our weight to Mother Earth. Just relax. Now, let your breath become spontaneous, soft, easy, simple, flowing, tranquil, soothing, gentle, warm breath. In, take your awareness with your breath inward. As you go, inhale. As you exhale, bring your awareness with the breath outside. In, inside with your breath, outside with your breath. Let this breath connect our body with our mind. With each inhalation and exhalation. I'm going to play some soft music. Just be with your breath. Let the thoughts come and go. Do not entertain them. We are away with the thoughts. We are away from the thoughts. When we are with our breath, deeply, consciously, keenly observing, simply witnessing, seeing, only breath. And we are not going to open our eyes throughout the meditation. Just stay, know that we are all together and safe. Being with our breath is living the life in awareness. becoming quieter and quieter. At ease with our own self. Making our inner connection strong. Trusting ourselves more. Our knowingness cannot be proven by science. So just be there. be here, aware in this moment. We are not this body. We radiate the light wherever we are. We are that light of consciousness. present all over in the creation. We are never born and will never die. In this human body, we are a spirit having human experience on this planet Earth. A school where we train our mind. We learn all life experiences through deeper emotions with free will. These are the two tools given to us to explore. And there is always a deeper connection with that Supreme Creator. The language, the feeling, the knowingness, what we call intuition. With meditation, we master our mind to learn this language. To pick up on this language of intuition that we receive all the time. Come back to your body. Feel your body. Just immense pleasure to be with ourselves. It is even more when we are together in this group as one family, where we can share, exchange freely our understanding, our experience. Sharing is growing, expanding of our own consciousness. Feel the room you are sitting in. Feel your body, your hands, your legs. How relaxed we are. how quiet we are. We are totally open to receive what we can comprehend and understand. With this deeper understanding of souls today, we are going to have a bigger perspective of life, complete understanding of life, complete understanding of Gita, what we have heard since our childhood. Last 10 seconds. Opening, filling our heart with gratitude. Just bring both your palms and put it over your closed eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can gently open your eyes within your palm. With a gentle smile, come back to this place where we are all together. I hope you all had a great meditation. Every meditation is a great meditation. I always want to remind that, so that we continue on our own practice. You may want to sip some water. If you want to continue your meditation, you can just listen to me, what I speak. But I would really like to know from your end, your understanding of soul and why it is important to know about souls. Anybody would like to share, write, or speak? Anybody? Okay. Then I will start. As I said, who we are beyond this body, not just this body. We are the body, but not just the body. And we all, with our thoughts, what we have been taught for so long is our thought. So that is how we know our mind. But again, what is it that is constant in us? Because our thoughts keep changing with our life experiences. We grow, we are never the same. As we learn our life lesson, every time our thinking pattern also changes, and that's what changes our whole life experiences. But what is not changing is that spirit that lives in us, in all of us. And that is the same drop of water. Like if we take the ocean and we take the drop of water, it will taste like an ocean. So we are from that consciousness of Supreme Creator. We are that one drop. And each one of us are having different experiences on this planet Earth. And that is why we are unique, because all of our experiences are unique. All of our path that we choose, that we walk upon, is unique. And each one of us are meant to evolve over the period of time, and for that evolution, just one lifetime is not enough to understand life and all lives around us. Otherwise, what happens? We take a newspaper and we read some news and we feel so much scared, full of fears. What if? And then we think, okay, what if I am going to be there in that situation? And that puts us in more fear, and we keep on creating more of those experiences in our life. So today, with this understanding of soul, we are going to change that perspective, that we are not just this body, and all those newspaper news are not to be scared of. They are just there, but how we perceive it, how we take it, it is on us. So this journey of soul is a huge, vast topic. We may divide it into 3 lessons, depending on how much we can cover. So today I'm going to talk about the evolution of a soul. So there are different stages. There are typically only, if in a broad level, if I say, there are 3 stages. But due to the complexity of lives, for better, deeper understanding, It is said that the soul evolves in 7 different stages. From an infant soul, we go to a baby soul, we go to a youth adult soul, and then we go to a mature soul, then we go to adult old soul, and then the infinite transcendental soul, what we call the Purnatma, what we call the avatars. So this is the evolution of soul, and this is all of our journey. And on this planet Earth, what is this planet Earth? It is a laboratory, it is a school for all of us to learn. So I would take a small example here. Like, we all cook food at our home. And once we cook the food, we would like to taste the food, how the food is cooked. For that, we need to taste the food, we need to eat ourselves, right? So that is how, when this creation happened, however we understand the Big Bang Theory, and that will be another deep talk on that creation part itself. So I will just come to the point how, as a soul, we come to this planet Earth at the very first time, and what we experience in that first period of our existence on this planet. So we are lovingly created. We are created with the God essence. What is the God essence? That love, that pure joy, that consciousness is within us. But since this is the root of our creation, it is deep within us. And as we incarnate, as we come to this planet again and again, we create so many with experiences. We create so many, you can say, energy prints, you can say blocks, you can say experiences. We carried imprints, you can call imprints. So that is how we experience life after life. So for the first time, when we come on this planet Earth, we come as an infant soul. What is an infant soul? He was sitting near the Supreme Creator, and enjoying its peace, calm, joy, and learning that language of intuition, that I'm feeling so good because there was no duality, no good and bad. There was just supreme light. All of the creation was so, trusting, was so divine. So that is what that soul was feeling. But when we touched this material world, these eyes, these 5 senses are given to perceive the creation, because anything that is matter, we cannot just perceive without this body. So to perceive that creation, we came in a infant soul, as an infant soul, where we were. So just take an example, like if my child, like if our son or our kids go to the school for the very first time, they are not so much friendly. They are afraid, okay, mama, papa is not going to be there, and they are scared of life. So that is how we come to this planet, thinking it's completely unknown. I don't know what to eat, how to survive, So we develop on our survival skill. So we learn, we live in fear. We make hideouts in caves, or the places near the equator, the place where the life is easily survived with, depending on the nature. We have heard about many communities living in those forests, in those tribes, So that is where we learn about the basic essence of life, about food, shelter, sleep, eat. Right? So food, shelter, eat, and relax. That's what is the life. And in that state, we do not know what is right and wrong, because we have newly come to this planet. We don't have any experience or any impression, but we have that some kind of knowingness of that oneness that is in our essence. So wherever we are in that location of forest, mountain, wherever we are, or the tribes, or the small community, or the isolated communities, we feel the oneness, we feel home, but at the same time, because we are in that newness of this world, and we live in the nature, we also learn to be in harmony with the nature. So at times there are hurricanes, there are, this natural like a pandemic. So those things also come and go. That living with survival means living with that nature in that openness, all the animals, snakes, in that wilderness. So that is where we develop that um, we develop that nature of being safe, protecting ourselves, securing ourselves. And to master this lifetime itself, we take many lifetimes at different places. Even like we move towards the society, towards the community, but we carry these patterns. In the first life, we do not care about right and wrong. If I'm hungry, I'm going to kill. That's the life at that point of time. So from infant, we take many lifetimes, maybe 20, 30, maybe hundreds, depending on us. And it is up to us that we choose to come on this planet to have all those experiences. Once I master my need is fulfilled, it is the curiosity is the nature of our soul again. So we can't just stay there. Okay, my stomach is full and I'm now done. But then we grow further. There's a seeking again in the soul that, okay, now I want to learn more. So the second stage is the baby soul. We come, we enjoy our family company. We learn with each other, and all the relationship lessons comes here. We learn to share our place with our space. We learn to come closer to the society. But at the same time, as we have fear of living in that wilderness, somewhere in our imprints, that is pulling this, that likes this rule, regulation. If somebody had said something who I trust or who are in the authority, that is only right. And they feel safe following that. So that is the baby soul, born with rules and regulations. You can see those souls in like, okay, first of all, before I go further, we are not here to judge the community, how and who the people around us. But it is just to know who am I right now, because if I am not there, I have been there. Each and every stage of soul is in the journey of this evolution, and we have all experienced it. And this is only to understand the concept of soul and how we learn our lesson. And we are here in this group listening this topic because now we can comprehend that information. So again, we come to this point of stage 2, where we see people in army, in that politicians, in that lineage where they want to create some or administrative rules, or in the society, in the family, we want someone to authorize, So, and we like very much freaking into that concept of hygiene, this is good, this is bad, kind of, we have this hard line set and everything is like defined in terms of that. So after having food, shelter, we understand about relationship, we understand about people. We may live in kind of shame and guilt most of the time, because there is when two people are there is a kind of someone we don't know to appreciate. So by seeing others, we may feel ourselves less. So when we evolve from one lesson to one level to another level, we have to master that lesson. So once I know there is a way to hunt and eat, and I learned there's a way to earn and eat. That is the first infant soul evolution, from family relationship to a social acceptance is another level of evolution. That is our baby soul. And then we move further to the adult soul. As an adult, now I am understanding this society, I'm having the food, now I want to experience my own capability, what all I can create, what all I can do. So all the energies are focused in that creation, in that accomplishment. We come a lot in form of that competitive, ambitious, goal oriented, result oriented industrialist, success after success, achievements. We all carry that pride, that tag, and we learn to live on our ego. Here we learn and play the game of power. So first, second, third, these three levels, we are quite ignorant about the soul and the concept of God, concept of being right and wrong. If I have to achieve things, no matter what, I'm just going to create things. For that success of wealth, power, money, that comes in the third stage. So far we are just building upon our karma, but at the same time, we are learning the physical world, all the experiences on this planet Earth, and the experience of from eating, sleeping, to relationship, again, to the power of creation, for the purpose of just, maybe even if we are doing donation, we are just doing it for, like I did it, that ego, that pride is connected there in that donation. But when we go further up in the state of mature souls, so just like our life, right, as we get matured, we have the experience of everything now somehow I know the right way of eating. I know, the humility, or the balance, harmony in relationship, in the society, and the way to earn and eat and share, and then also the way to create things. I have the power, because whatever I am doing with all my intention, with all my desire, I am going to manifest it no matter what. So we have seen that power also, but beyond that, in that fourth level of soul, we feel after having everything, I'm not content. I'm not just enough. There's something missing in me. And that realization itself, it brings us close to our own self. And the question comes, okay, who am I, and where am I, and why I'm here? We become open to understand from religions to different religions. We go places to places. We learn from each other. Like in that second stage, only what I'm saying, that is only correct. In the mature state, okay, now I understand what you are saying is also correct. It is your feeling, it is your experience. So it's kind of give and take. That kind of understanding we come in. So mature soul, once they start looking within, they start to find, they start understanding the law of karma. And the moment it comes to them, the journey starts to paying back all those karma. So see, without those experiences, I wouldn't have known what is missing, right? And once I have realized something is missing, now I have to some energies, because everything, whatever is happening is carried from lifetime to lifetime in form of our own imprints, or the energy, or the wisdom that we live with. So now if I have given pain to somebody, if I've killed somebody, I take those karma on myself, and I take that experience on myself. So even after we are evolving in the soul level, we are still having different difficult life situations. And as it is said, that as we grow at the soul level, our lessons, they get harder and harder. So as a mature soul, we start to read a lot. We start to learn a lot. We start to understand a lot between people, among people from all over the society. So they are mostly the teacher. As they learn, they teach. And they are also, if you see people from different, what do you call, service, right? So in that service space, they have that giving heart. So they will bring all that, all their understanding in their practice. Once I have learned about it, now I want to practice it. I want to live it. It's not only in the concept in my mind, I'm living it. So that is where this mature souls come to. Okay. So apart from that, just wanted to brief it. Okay. So from mature soul, we go to, we advance to the old souls. And old soul is completely interconnected. But every lifetime, as we grow, we bring all kind of experiences. Because it is impossible to cleanse all of our first level lessons at second level. It's not like once you are completed first level, then only you go to second level. When we progress to some level, we go to next level, and we still work on first and second. And when we are at third level, then we still work on first, second, and third level. So we somewhat make progress. We somewhat learn the lesson so that we can move further. And then we may take the lesson back and forth in first 2-3 stages, because the understanding has to go deep. So you can say in a way, like, once we are the one, who live the life of slave, as we evolve, we become the emancipation for the community. We bring the emancipation for the community. That we are no more slave. Now we fight to remove that slavery from the community, that racism. So all that is done in this mature level. So after having all those experience, without having that experience, we cannot say, okay, this is not, we don't want this anymore. We just want to be in that oneness, be in that respectful society. I want to be that respectful person. And then we move to the old soul, where they are, they don't have to, like, to make this whole progress, we don't have to come on this planet Earth, but we come as a teacher. Even we are completely into our own self. We are so even in the 6th level, the life lesson could be very hard. Why? Because now I have taken some reason to come on this planet Earth, and that reason could be very, very big. And so the life challenges could be very, very big. Okay, so if someone in that relationship, or someone, if I've given hurt to someone, I will bring that relationship issue in this lifetime to learn or to master. Because to live on this planet, we always need a lesson to be learned, to master that experience. And why this evolution happens? Because, as I said, once I go through the slavery, I have to work to remove the self-slavery. So once I learn all the lesson, I teach the lesson. So in some lifetimes, like first 2-3 levels, 3.5, 4 levels, we come as a student. And once we become this old soul, I have gained enough of the life experiences. Still, I am now, but I now understand. I start teaching. They come as a teacher, and because they understand the creation, they understand the universe. So they have this law of attraction working. They can manifest things easily in their life. But they have no complaint with whatever situation it is. For them, the self-esteem becomes the life lesson, because they get to see deeper. Like, it's not till adult soul, we don't care if we're talking about self-love. Okay, self-love is this, I do love myself, it's just like that. But for old soul, when it comes to self-love, it is so deep, because now I love all the aspect of myself, all my goodness, all my good deed and bad deeds is accepted to me. And I understand there is no judgment. I see I am the integral part of all this creation, and see the same in everybody's. Even in the animals' life, they start to see that the same consciousness of creation. And then they work on the animal rights. So that is how we see ourselves growing. If I go point to point, there are so many, roles that we take, that we can talk about in the next chapter, the kind of roles that we take to master this lesson. And the life lesson, that incident that we read in the newspaper, what actually they do. So every experience, every incident that happens in our life, it has to be understood. It has to be learned. If I am fighting with someone without understanding others' perspective, unless and until I come to a point where I am able to listen and understand the person in front of me, I'm not going to overcome the lesson. And this situation will keep on repeating, even if I change my places. I move on places to places, but I will imbibe the same people, same life experiences. And then we will say that life is challenging, it's not good, it doesn't work, it is not easy. But once we understand, okay, this situation has come to teach me something, what I'm open to learn and understand, what understanding do I need? And from there, the question begins. From there, the understanding begins. We start paying off all that deed that is accumulated as a body imprint, that like we talked last session. They create blocks in our body, all those energy that doesn't flow in our body freely. They create blocks in my body. If I keep the shame and guilt within me, I hope it is easier to understand, because we learned about the seven chakras, about seven chakras or seven bodies about our own self. And that is how this 7 stages of soul evolution is connected. It is so divinely guided that we are talking about it today. So for even the old soul, they have to have all their, to remember. To become a teacher, we know the student. So we have to go through all those experiences, that majority, that this earth, like what, first, second, third, fourth, right? So this majority of people are having on this planet, so that we can feel and we can come to that oneness, and we can give the lesson, share the lesson, what we have learned. Our lesson is the wisdom that helps others. So that is to the path of different stages of soul. And as we grow, we understand, but it doesn't mean that we think, okay, the young infant, baby, and young souls, they are not good. That kind of judgment should never come in our mind, because we have been there, and that's the part of evolution. That's the very free will given, as I said in the meditation, that the free will is given to us to explore all our emotions. And for that, we need different situations. So acceptance. So as we reach to that state at old soul, we become spirit guide, we become teacher, we become healer. Many people come as healer, but they want to help those souls who are in darkness with their living examples, with their own wisdom. And then the final one, so this is one level of souls. The final one is the infinite soul, is the transcendental soul, what we call the avatars, or what we call the Purnatma. And we are all the fragment of that. So as a Purnatma, it has all the experiences. Because once we reach to the old soul level, we don't only learn from our lives. Being in that oneness, understanding all life, we learn from others' life too. And in that old soul state, we learn to we start understanding this concept of oneness. We start teaching these meditation. We start teaching this spiritual science. in the language that is familiar to the society in that era, in that time. So in that infinite soul, it has all the wisdom. It doesn't need to reincarnate on this planet. And when it happens, after a long period of time, everything shifts on the planet. There's a great shift in energies. They are usually here to make us understand that we are part of that universal consciousness. They are not very individual soul oriented, but they are here to connect us with the infinite universe and the creation. And they show us, like, we being part of it, how important we are, how important each and every thoughts are, and our deeds are. As we have talked about, like, we have to do all once what we think, what we speak, what we do, they are all in harmony, in oneness. We are in that state of oneness. And to come to that oneness, we have to drop all the judgments about others, people being mean, this and that. We have a lot of labeling to different people, and that is when we stop learning from others. But we see the same divine soul that is the root of my essence, but my mind and my life experience is just creating an outer shell of myself. And this soul, it usually communicates with us when we are quite enough. With this continuous practice of meditation, we are quite enough to get some messages that is maybe going to happen, or something that is not correct, or some wisdom that I was not aware of so far. My own knowingness expands. So all these things happens in the meditation, and each lifetime, every time I will repeat that we take multiple lives for each soul stage to master the old soul, to master the mature soul. We take the most of the lifetimes and difficult lifetimes. But we grow on love and compassion. We grow on that oneness, non-judgment. So, and we are ready to now merge into the divine, in that supreme consciousness from the ocean that we have come. We are ready to merge to that ocean. So this is from my end. I know the topic is so very vast. I would have missed some of the points, but you may ask questions, and we can learn more about it. Thank you for listening to me.
Friends, you can raise your hands if you have any question. And it was a beautiful session by Preeti ma'am. Wonderful insights about soul's journey.
Thank you, Poonamji. It is more clear to us when we see our own life closely. So as I said, like, even if we come to meditation, and it is said, like, it's not the first time, in the first lifetime we are meditating. We have been meditating for several lives, because it takes that much of understanding, that oneness, that compassion, that empathy, to dwell in all of our beings, not just with human beings, with all the creation, with all the animals, all the plants, lives. Poonamji, you can unmute Zubia, I think. You can raise your hand, Zubia.
Yeah, I'll unmute you.
Hello, Preeti ji. Thank you so much. It was a great meditation, a very good lesson. My question to you was that how do we know that, I myself have calmed down a lot. I have slowed down and I'm trying to be with the flow. But how do I know? If I'm doing, if I'm following my soul plan or not.
We are always following our soul plan, and deep within we know, what level we are at, and um, that's that is what is about a whole about meditation, right? As we quiet and we listen to our own self, we look our desire, we look our what gives us most pleasure. It's not easy to become like all these artistic thing be part of our life, because life is so busy with daily chores and with what we do every day, right? But then at one moment of time we open our creativity, we come to the place where we want to draw, sing, dance, express more, create more, which is not to impress other but just to be who we are, right? So we generally understand our own stage of evolution, and what we need to do is accept and grow from there, because in this journey of infinite there is unlimited scope of growth in that love, compassion, oneness. So that is part of your answer. And to the soul plan, we are always working on our soul plan itself. We cannot do, because that is how our soul is. It is so curious that it is always wanting a new experience. As I said, if we have done this, if we have overcome this lesson of fear, mastered the survival right way of eating, we move to have more experience of dwelling on the mind. I want to do this, that, I want to go here, there, doing things. Beingness comes at the level of old soul, or at the level of infinite soul. But before that, we're still in like doing and experiencing more and more and more. That adds wisdom to our own existence, that finally we impart to others.
That imparting part is the interesting one. The more I know, the less I want to say anything. I just want to just hide.
That's a very good state to be. That's what it is said for Maharishi Ramana when he got enlightened, and he was not speaking to anybody. He was so quiet, like, because I just want to be me at that time.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's how he was. And it's a very good state to be in if we can hold it, sustain it for longer. We perceive, then we go beyond it also. That's not the ultimate state to be. And we know when the time is to teach, we know when the time is to study, dwell into what particular topic. Today I want to know about this soul journey. Tomorrow I want to know about more spiritual science concepts. What are the 7 bodies? What are these chakras? What are who we are? What this creation is? Not just in terms of knowing in our mind. It is never at that. It is all about experiencing. If we make like, if I know there is a God, it doesn't end our journey. We have to experience the godliness in us. That is our journey, from that infant soul to a Buddhahood.
God.
And Buddha cannot stay quiet. He will have to teach. He will have to go places to places.
I got it. Thank you.
Thank you, Zubir.
Yes, it was wonderful session, Preeti ma'am, and you have clearly answered Zubia ji's question, and it was lovely session.
In next session, we can talk about the different soul plans that we make. We go through different severe experiences, hard experiences, and we will know about the death, what happens and what happens after life. How do we come again?
Yes, sure. Death is an interesting topic, and life after death is again more interesting topic. So we would love to hear from you about that. Thank you so much. So friends, tomorrow we will meet same time, same link with a different amazing topic with amazing master with us. Yes, thank you friends.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Poonamji, Nehaji, and everyone, all the masters. Thank you.